back in February of 2016. There's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there. And it's third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now it's Darnold. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Niners take over.
Now Purdy.
At the 47-yard line.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. Nice little juke. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 3. Purdy bootlegging it. He'll get this out right here. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness, there was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Here's Moore on the return. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The Niners head out, and they are in their NFL rivalries-inspired uniforms. For the faithful, that's what they're called, a term for 49ers supporters through the years. If you look close, you can see faithful above the numbers on the front, and those numbers really stand out. They are a nod to the font used during the golden era of 49er football. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
And remember, this is a running back that fumbled on the previous drive, but fortunately for them, nothing came of it. And I think when that happens, sometimes coaches can lean a little more on forgive and forget. So he's right back out there and running again.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings from 21 yards away. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Seahawks nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a fast footwork by White. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Darnold. Open man right side is Cup, complete. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
7-yard gain.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
After the run, now Darnold to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd goal. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage loss. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Yeah, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Purdy looking to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Leonard Williams in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And Walker with it over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Again, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. And this is 3rd down.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now a 2nd and 6. Darnold now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 10-7.
49ers 7.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Got the connection here to Bourne. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. Completes it to Jennings. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Oh, a good move. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Quick slant, caught by Moore. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Purdy now to throw. That's complete to Pearsall. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
On for the field goal, a 19-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pignot. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And out now come the Seahawks. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now it's Darnold. That is caught. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And Walker has it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Straight ahead, Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
In motion left goes Jennings. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
76 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now with Purdy. Throw across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Robbie Oops. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw is Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
second down and 3. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Darnold, a sneak. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Myers' kick is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
At the 28-yard line.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Purdy. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. We'll call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. He's got him in, complete. On 3rd and 10. They go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Eddie Pinheiro on now.
He made his first attempt, this from 45. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. Now White lost the football. And now this is scooped up. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Faking the give, Darnold. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's Darnold. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Darnold now to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that gives them a 3-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 26. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
They were looking for a big play in this comeback situation, and they call play-action pass, and it backfires. If you're going to run that play this late in the game, you have to have a plan in mind to avoid the sack. Throw it away, scramble, do something, but don't go down in your own backfield.
Purdy from the gun.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
The Niners on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looking to put a drive together.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Darnold from the gun. Now he'll tuck this and run.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Pass caught, right side Tonjes.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
147 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the 49ers are once again back in front.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
27, Seahawks 23.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 3. And this is 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. A little juke.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
From the 29, here's second down and 2.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Here's Purdy. And it is caught.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there, and the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on.